Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Elisabeth Moss. A portrait of a singular talent. Elisabeth Moss has emerged as one of the most compelling performers of her generation, a master of intense, emotionally layered characters who dominate the screen with quiet power and unwavering authenticity. Known for her remarkable versatility and her ability to inhabit roles of women navigating oppression, trauma, ambition, and resilience, Moss has built a career defined not by celebrity spectacle, but by craft, conviction, and depth. Early life and path to performance. Elisabeth Singleton Moss was born on July 24, 1982, in Los Angeles, California, to musician parents who fostered creativity from an early age. Initially pursuing a career in ballet, Moss trained at prestigious institutions including the School of American Ballet in New York. Though dedicated to dance, she eventually discovered a stronger passion for acting, beginning her professional journey as a child performer in the early 1990s. Her early roles included voice work, small film appearances, and guest spots on television, but it was clear even then that Moss possessed a maturity and focus far beyond her age. Breakthrough. Zoe Bartlett and the rise to acclaim. Moss's first major recognition came with her role as Zoe Bartlett, daughter of President Josiah Bartlett, on the acclaimed political drama The West Wing, 1999 to 2006. Through this character, a young woman coming of age under the scrutiny of national politics, Moss delivered performances that were grounded, earnest, and emotionally sincere. The series introduced her to a wide audience and hinted at her potential for richer, more dramatic roles. Mad Men. A defining chapter. Her career reached new heights with Mad Men, the celebrated series set in the world of 1960s advertising. As Peggy Olson, Moss portrayed one of television's most memorable character arcs, a shy secretary who evolves into a confident, groundbreaking copywriter in a male-dominated industry. The role showcased Moss's gift for subtle emotional expression, earning her multiple Emmy nominations and making her a symbol of feminist storytelling in modern television. Peggy Olson's journey remains one of the most iconic in contemporary drama, solidifying Moss as an actress capable of carrying narratives with complexity and quiet strength. The Handmaid's Tale. Transforming pain into power. In 2017, Moss took on what would become her most defining role to date, June Osborne, Offred in The Handmaid's Tale, based on Margaret Atwood's dystopian novel. Her portrayal of a woman fighting totalitarian cruelty and gender oppression resonated globally, especially in the socio-political era in which the series premiered. Moss's performance, raw, fearless, and emotionally grueling, won her an Emmy Award for Best Actress and cemented her reputation as one of Hollywood's most formidable dramatic talents. Her expressive close-ups, internalized rage, and unwavering portrayal of trauma and resistance have become hallmarks of the series. Film career and expanding horizons. While best known for television, Moss has also delivered standout performances in film. Her roles in The One I Love, 2014, Queen of Earth, 2015, and Her Smell, 2018, earned critical acclaim, particularly for how she immerses herself in psychological complexity. In the 2020 horror thriller The Invisible Man, Moss carried the film almost single-handedly, turning a classic monster story into a modern tale of abuse and empowerment. Her ability to elevate genre films with authentic emotional depth has made her a favorite among independent filmmakers and mainstream audiences alike. Behind the camera, producing and creative vision. In addition to acting, Moss has become increasingly influential behind the scenes. As an executive producer on The Handmaid's Tale and several other projects, she has championed stories centered on women's experiences, identity, and resilience. Her involvement in shaping narrative direction demonstrates a passion for meaningful, socially relevant storytelling. Legacy and influence. Elisabeth Moss's career stands out not for flashy fame, but for her profound commitment to craft. She gravitates toward complex women, flawed, determined, vulnerable, and strong, and brings them to life with an honesty that resonates deeply with audiences. Whether portraying a trailblazer in the 1960s, a woman surviving a dystopian nightmare, or characters unraveling emotionally in intimate films, Moss remains one of the most respected and consistently powerful performers of her era. Her work continues to influence modern television and film, and her dedication to nuanced, character-driven storytelling ensures her place as a defining figure in contemporary entertainment. A commitment to transformative roles. One of the defining aspects of Elisabeth Moss's career is her willingness to dive into emotionally demanding and often psychologically intense roles. She gravitates toward characters whose journeys explore trauma, resilience, and transformation, women who refuse to be simplified or softened. Moss is known for embracing scripts that challenge her, often requiring deep emotional endurance and a fearless approach to vulnerability. Her characters rarely exist in one emotional register. Instead, Moss builds performances that shift between fragility and strength, despair and defiance, often in a single scene. This duality has become a signature of her work. Acting technique and style. Critics frequently praise Moss for her expressive subtlety. Much of her power comes from what is often described as silent acting, her ability to communicate internal conflict through the smallest facial movements or gestures. Directors often rely on her close-up shots because Moss can convey a full emotional arc without a single line of dialogue. Her style blends naturalism with a kind of controlled intensity. Moss fully inhabits her characters, often staying in a heightened emotional state during filming. Colleagues describe her as deeply focused on set, yet collaborative and engaged, bringing an actor's sensitivity and a producer's understanding of storytelling structure. International recognition and accolades. Over the years, Elisabeth Moss has been honored with numerous awards and nominations. Her breakthrough with Mad Men earned her multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, establishing her status as one of the finest actors on prestige television. Her performance in The Handmaid's Tale earned Moss Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Drama Series, as producer, Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Television Series, Drama. Critics' Choice Television Awards. These accolades not only recognized her acting but also her work behind the camera, marking her as a creative force shaping modern television. Influence on modern television narrative. Moss's participation in long-form, character-driven television has contributed to the evolution of serialized storytelling. She is part of a generation of actors, alongside performers like Claire Danes, Bryan Cranston, and Viola Davis, who helped elevate television to new artistic heights. Her characters often embody broader themes. Peggy Olson became a symbol of women breaking into male-dominated workplaces. June Osborne personified resistance against authoritarianism and gender oppression. Through these roles, Moss has influenced conversations about feminism, identity, and social justice. The emotional realism she brings to her characters encourages viewers not only to empathize, but also to reflect on the systems and struggles her roles illuminate. Film roles that redefined her range. While television made her a household name, film allowed Moss to explore more experimental and intimate performances, especially in independent cinema. Some of her most notable film contributions include Her Smell, 2018, a chaotic, raw portrayal of a self-destructive punk rock star battling addiction and ego. Moss's performance was hailed as unflinching and fearless, often compared to the work of Gena Rowlands or Isabel Huppert. Queen of Earth, 2015, in this psychological drama, Moss delivered a haunting performance as a woman spiraling into mental collapse, showcasing her ability to navigate emotional extremes. The Invisible Man, 2020, a modern reinvention of the horror classic, Moss transformed a monster story into a deeply human narrative about gaslighting and domestic abuse. Her performance largely carried the film's tension and earned widespread praise. Her filmography demonstrates an impressive range, from avant-garde dramas to mainstream thrillers, cementing her as a talent capable of elevating any project. Work as a producer and emerging director beyond acting, Moss has increasingly stepped into leadership roles behind the camera. As an executive producer on The Handmaid's Tale, she has helped shape major creative decisions, from casting to storyline development. Moss has expressed interest in directing, and with her deep understanding of character-driven storytelling, many critics expect her eventual transition behind the camera to be significant. Her emphasis on telling stories about women, complex, flawed, and fully realized, reflects her commitment to creating opportunities that challenge outdated Hollywood norms. Personal life and values. While Moss tends to keep her personal life private, she is known for her
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.